Okay, what's up, people? There's been another new game adaptation announcement, and it's another pretty obscure game, and we're going to get into that after the intrizzle. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe and help a brother out. Look at me, I'm dying. I'm dying here. So yes, just announced today with an exclusive from Variety.com, the Among Us animated series is in the works at CBS Studios from Infinity Train creator Owen Dennis. So this is reported by Joe Otterson at Variety.com. An Among Us animated series is in the works as CBS Studios. Variety has learned exclusively the studio by CBS Animation Productions is partnered with Innersloth, the independent game studio behind Among Us, to develop the series. Owen Dennis will serve as creator and executive producer on the project under his overall deal with CBS Studios. Per the official logline, the series is based on the premise of the game, which is members of your crew have been replaced by an alien shapeshifter intent on causing confusion, sabotaging the ship, and killing everyone. Root out the imposter or fall victim to its murderous designs. So Titmouse, which is a great name, will serve as the animation studio for the series. They worked on Big Mouth and Star Trek Lower Decks. So the animation is going to look like pretty much every other animated show because majority of more slightly adult or adult type animated shows kind of all look the same. Not in a bad way, but I mean, just shows like Final Space, but also Big Mouth and was the other one Human Resources, I think. And then I was also watching Paradise PD, which is a funny ass show, and Farzar, but they all still have like the same animation style. Anyways, along with Dennis Forrest, Willard Marcus Bromander, and Carl Nersiak, Innersloth will also executive produce, along with Chris Prionsky, Shannon Prionsky, Antonio Canabio. Sounds like fucking. That almost kind of sounds like Obi-Wan Kenobi, anyway. And Ben Kalina of Titmouse. No network or streamer is currently attached, but these conversations are said to be ongoing. CBS Animation Productions produces an association with Innersloth. The show is covered by the Animation Guild rather than the WGA. Yeah, because I guess the WGA is still on strike. And now I'm hearing that the actors might go on strike, which is kind of nuts. All of Hollywood just going to go on strike. Among Us first came out in 2018, and it got really popular in 2020, probably likely during the pandemic. You know, lots of games became more popular just thanks to that. October of that year is number one on Google Play, top 100 in every country. It's also number one in iOS in 55 countries. So Owen Dennis is best known for creating the cartoon series Infinity Train, which I've never seen that one. The pilot for the show originally debuted on the Cartoon Network's YouTube channel in 2016. A second season followed in 2020 before the show moved to Max, then HBO Max. Season 3 and 4 in 2020 and 2021. A series of 10 shorts called The Train Documentaries was released in 2019. Prior to that, he worked on the popular cartoon series Regular Show and writer as storyboard artist. Kind of obscure game that likely got more popular than it may have if it wasn't for the pandemic. But, you know, it doesn't really matter about the game. I never actually played it, but more video game adaptation announcements is always a good thing. Especially now where there's still a strike going on, but things are still happening in the animation world, because I guess, but I'm not sure how the writing still works, but hey, this is another cool announcement from someone with experience. And, you know, Titmouse is still a pretty new studio. I'm not sure what other games they've worked on. Actually, I meant to say Innersloth, not Titmouse, but Innersloth is the game developer. And besides Among Us, they have Among Us VR, the Henry Stickmin collection, and Dig to China. It's cool to see that another game is being announced, so I'm interesting to see if what other kind of obscure games are being adapted, because there's already a bunch that have been announced that I'm just kind of like, really? They're adapting that? Like I said, I don't know, any adaptation announcement is great, because then it gives me something to report about. Because, lately during the week, I haven't had a whole lot to report on. So what do you guys think? Do you ever played Among Us? I never played it. Good on them for getting an adaptation deal out of it. Let me know what you think below. If you care about this, are you gonna play it or no? Sorry, have you played Among Us? Are you gonna watch it when it comes out? It'll probably end up being on like Netflix or something. Netflix seems to be kind of like the big network for new animated stuff. Out of all the streaming services, it's kind of the only one, except for some Disney Plus stuff. But anyways, another announcement. We'll see how that works out. It'll be several years before you get to see how this turns out. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is Tim, Video Game Adaptation News. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to keep gaming.